And now I'm here with the mastermind behind this production of Through Their Eyes, Raymond Goode, who is the author, the producer, director, and visionary behind this storytelling extravaganza that you're going to enjoy seeing October 15th. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for coming today and interviewing us.
Yes, well, I'm excited about this. I love theater, and I'm looking forward to hearing these stories. So, what was the inspiration behind this book, and which evolved into this production?
Well, I'm the author of 5 books. I have Traces of You, Road to Oprah, Through Their Eyes, 350 Goals of a Leader, and How to Write and Print Your Own Book for Under $300. And how this actually came about is about 12 years ago, I went through a depression and suicidal phase myself. And as I started to come out of this phase, I started listening to the voice of God, our creator, who taught me out of it. And I realized that I had a gift of listening to people. Because a lot of people, they talk and they over talk, and they don't have people that listens to them. So I started listening to people's stories and journey them and turn it into book Through Their Eyes. So essentially, Through Their Eyes, with every newspaper, news story, a story that I heard personally, I put myself in the victim's shoes and I wrote their stories. Mm-hmm. I've taken several other stories out of the book and put it on stage. There's a live band or musician that follows each monologue that correlates with the monologue. Wow. And then I have painters from all over the U.S. that's painted pictures for the monologues as well. So they will be displayed and shown on stage as well, October 15th at ETA Theater.
Oh, that should be fantastic. Yes. So this is a whole production visually and everything.
Yes, it brings all of the creative talents together. And I tell you, I was actually thinking about this earlier today, is that when I choose the cast for these roles, I don't look for actors. I look for people that can connect with the script.
Yes.
Like, and for instance, in Harriet Tubmnan with Margot, when I was talking to her, she really connected with why Harriet Tubmnan was going through that role. When I was doing Too High to Know or Too High to Care, and Sharita and Lorenzo, who's in that, they was telling me backstory on how one of their family members, they saw someone going through it so they could portray it. So I'm not looking for actors, I'm looking for people that can connect with the story, and then ultimately they become healers.
Wow.
They become healers of the masses because they're telling the stories of the victims who not only choose to remain silent, but they have that right to do so as well. Just because you went through something, you don't have to go out here and tell the whole world about your traumatic experience. You have the right to keep it to yourself. So they're expressing the stories on stage of the people that have the right to remain silent.
So many people will be able to identify with these characters, even if they've never expressed their inner pain. They'll be able to see it on stage.
Yes, you hear this phrase all the time. You're on the outside looking in. You're on the outside looking in. Through Their Eyes shows you the person that's on the inside looking out, and you get to see a window into their world. So this is about the victims and it's about the survivors. But when it comes to these stories end when that person stops telling the story. I don't add any more on to it, because when that person was telling me that particular story, like, they didn't want my sympathy, they didn't want my empathy, maybe they just want me to shut up and listen so they could tell their story and keep on going about their day. And that's what I was there for.
Wow, that's powerful. So in developing the dialogue, the actual words, did you find yourself basically kind of using the words that the person used as they told the story, or how did you decide to put those words together for each character?
I'll tell you another gift is that I don't write the stories, I become the stories. I become when for instance, in one of the stories is of African American female slave raped by the white slave master. So I become that female. I become when the drawers get ripped off, I can feel that white man's finger. I become that person. And so I write from that point there. And then in the morning time, that spirit is gone and Raymond Goode is back. And then you get this happy-go-lucky back again. But when I'm in that spirit, I have to let the spirit.
I understand. Yeah, that's a whole different level of creativity. I mean, to let the spirit come into you and be able to see through their eyes.
And so the stories, they're heartfelt. They're very heartfelt and traumatic. And then the music is going to, bring you back into it. And then the art is just going to be amazing. Of course, we have the showcase with Brenda Taylor and the Wailers beforehand. We have a full showcase. Like, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Now, did you write the music score also?
Oh no, I'm not that good.
But you brought in people who
yes,
have that.
I asked them. Well, for instance, for the monologues, I would choose a particular set of songs, and then I would show it to them. And I would say, either you can choose these songs, or if you have an original song, because this is still a stage for artistry.
Yes.
So I'll either let them use their original song, or they will use one of the songs that I choose to give them. And then for the showcase, I let them do the best of their range and what they do and shine the best for that. And I've been traveling with this production for the last 5 years. Every year I've been blessed to go to a new city, a new state with this production stage play. And I like to give people for one, I've done this show over 300 times. And no show has ever been the same, because with different stories, different personalities, they're always changing. But what I really love about this is that it allows the performance to come on. You on at least once, you put on your resume as a part of Through Their Eyes, and then you give somebody else a chance to come aboard and be a part of Through Their Eyes.
So what's your ultimate vision for this? Do you see this coming to the big screen? Or do you intend to keep it as, stage? What is your ultimate goal?
Keep going.
And do all of it.
Keep going. Don't stop there.
All right.
I everything that you're saying, with me being the playwright as well, I work with young directors who need new works.
Yeah.
So then they come in, they choose a few stories out of the book, and then they coordinate it and then they become a director of Through Their Eyes, but it's under their tutelage now. And then I become the playwright, and I just sit back and I let them do their things with it as well.
Fantastic. Yes. Developing young directors and producers and all of that. That's how we do it.
Yes, God is good.
God is great.
So make sure October 15th, doors open at 7 p.m. for the showcase. It is the ETA Theater, 7558 South Chicago. God, it just sounds so weird, but that's Chicago. But yes, South Chicago. Tickets can be purchased on hitusaradio.com for $25. It's $35 at the door. Make sure you get the $25 ticket now and come out and just enjoy a show. And then afterwards, we're going to have a VIP after party. We got Ottomans coming. We're hoping Lori Lightfoot is going to come. We have some... Sharita's going to be performing there. Margot's going to be performing there. It's just going to be an all-night celebration.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Hope to see you there, October 15th at ETA Theater.